Hello, I'm here to recap Chicago Fire Season 3, Episode 2. This episode is called Wow Me, which is referring to Herman's apprentice challenge. The guys want to get into expanding Molly's, and so Herman, who loves Donald Trump, he comes up with the challenge for Cruz and Mouch, and Otis helps out too, to come up with a great new idea for Molly's. And so Mouch gets this Donald Trump book, and he reads it, doesn't understand a word he's saying, and so Cruz comes up with the idea for a food truck, going around town, making money, selling food and things, and also advertising for Molly's. Herman loves it! He goes like this. He's awesome. That was just the side plot of this episode. Severide returned to Firehouse 51, not really totally in control of everything. He's living with Casey and Gabby, but he hasn't actually been sleeping at their house because he just goes every night to drink at random bars and then bunks in the firehouse until morning. Not good, Severide. His kind of girlfriend, Lindsay, from Chicago PD, her name's Erin, says, oh, hey, I'm back, maybe we can get together. And she's like, yeah, sure, but then he doesn't show up. And so she tells him that I'm not going to be that girl waiting for you, but, you need to deal with whatever you're dealing with, and I'll help you with that. And at the end, he just breaks down. He says, she was my best friend, and we're all so sad because this is terrible, and it's affecting him most of all. Hopefully he'll, lean on her, open up a little bit, and maybe start to get past it. Some more happy news this week. Casey and Gabby finally got engaged. Woo! It's really cute. He says, hey, why don't we go through some firefighter drills for your first shift? He times her, gets ready, lets her run up to the roof, and there's a ring there. Oh my gosh. It was glorious. The only downside was that in the morning, Gabby said, I really wanted to tell Shay, which really stinks because, Shay was the one who was, really pushing for Matt and Casey the entire time. From season 1, the get-go, she was always their biggest supporter. And now that they're finally together, unfortunately for Gabby, her transfer did not go through to Firehouse 105. Apparently there was some hazing of the last female candidate from that house, and didn't go over well. Gabby's all like, bring it on, but I guess the guys don't think so. So they brought in another guy as the candidate. And so now it's going to be a while, before Gabby has a chance to be a candidate at another firehouse, which could be bad, because now she has to stay at 51, which is, good, because she's going to still, be involved with all of our characters on the show, but bad because you cannot be married to someone you work with, and, she can't really marry Casey if she's still working at 51. Or, on the contrary, she can't be at 51 if they're married. So Gabby also is bonding with the new girl, Brett. They seem to have a pretty good chemistry for the first 2 episodes. She seems to know what she's doing, very scrappy, very resourceful. She lives in a fancy apartment, but in a really bad neighborhood. Gabby gives her some apartment listings, but she's pretty suspicious because she had the big wad of cash in an envelope lying on her table. So something about hers not adding up. We know she was a runaway bride. Did she take something else with her before she left? So Newhouse last week gave Mills his grandfather's name and address and all that nonsense, and so Mills decides, hey, why don't I go see him? And so he tracks down Leonard Mills, and the guy's kind of rude at first who answers the door, and so then his mother comes back and says, Peter, their family was very prejudiced against us because I was black, and, we had a mixed-race child, and we just didn't want you near that. Mills immediately takes that, and when his maybe uncle comes back and says, oh, Leonard Mills, great to see you, he says, well, you can tell him to go to hell. Racist, bigoted bastard. No, I am not going to see my grandfather. But the real Mills drama, which had everybody on the edge of their seats, especially leading up to this episode, was that he goes down into a hole, upside down, trying to rescue some people who were stuck down there, and there was some kind of gas pocket that leaked, and when he's down there, his gas mask isn't working, he passes out, something's going wrong, what's gonna happen? But then it really didn't end up doing anything. I mean, he was fine, and they really didn't know what happened. So some suspicion is it's going to be something related to his health, that he just kind of blacks out. And that's going to hurt his being on rescue squad, no doubt. Next week, we know there's going to be a big crash, something with Fire Truck 66. We know that there's a rivalry going on there, and man, it's going to be bad because Truck 81 is full of guys in the back who are just not wearing seatbelts. So let's hope that all the guys and girls from Firehouse 51 start pulling together and not have an episode where there's some serious injury or health risk. Bye.